When I go home, don't you see? I don't have money on my mind. Money on my mind. I do it for the love. Money on my mind. Money on my mind. I do it for. I do it for love. I'm not saying it for you. I'm not saying when I go home. I tend to put the door. Money in my mouth. Money in my mouth. Money on my mind. I do it for love. I do it for love. Okay. Welcome back to Wisdom Intuition. I ain't been up here in a little bit, but I've been trying to get the courage to get back up here. Um, we're just gonna do a collective. We're just gonna do a collective. We're gonna use the animal spirit oracle first, and then if we evolve to other oracles, or if we evolve to tarot or whatever. Okay. I don't know what this reading is about, so we're gonna see together. Jesus. When I'm recording videos, it's like nothing, but when I'm actually up here needing to do a live, I be getting anxious. Y'all gotta give me a little time. I hope everybody's doing good today. Good morning. Happy Monday. Happy Monday to y'all. Let's see what comes out. Too sweet. I've been listening to this song on repeat. I don't know if y'all know this song. I know y'all know this song. It's probably from TikTok. No bad, y'all. Just give me a little second. Let me get my processing time. Okay, so we're gonna start off with this side. Starfish spirit, open to infinite possibilities. So for some of y'all going through an expansion time. It's a good time to expand, get out your comfort zone, interact with new people, making sure that y'all doing, even if y'all being faced with similar challenges, making sure that you're trying a different outcome versus last time. So even if a lot of y'all are used to being in distrustful situations, being at bad jobs or choosing bad people, it's not necessarily always that you're doing something wrong as much as it's like try something different. See how a different outcome comes out for you. Butterfly spirit transformation is beautiful. So for some of y'all coming out of y'all cocoon. Maybe there's a more awareness of self. Maybe that's what spirit is working with some of y'all. You have a new consciousness, and with that consciousness, you're being faced with similar scenarios, but you're not handling it the same way. Maybe I don't have time for a lot of stuff that I used to have time for. Maybe I used to go back and forth, and you'd be like, I don't want to go back and forth no more because you're not gonna understand my side, and I don't care about yours. Some of y'all could just be on that energy, and that's nothing to be ashamed of. Embrace it because it's a transition. Some of y'all, a lot of the old stuff that y'all was dealing with, y'all can't deal with in this new time. You feel me? You want to grow, you want to evolve. Take the lead, stag spirit. So y'all are now in control of y'all lives. So I could be talking to a collective that from a young age you were very controlled, you were very restricted. Some of y'all could have had helicopter parents, or y'all could have been just very self-conscious when y'all was younger, so y'all didn't do anything, y'all didn't experience life. And I think for some of y'all younger, y'all could have viewed that as a bad thing that y'all didn't get to do what everybody else was doing. But I think now is where your transformation really shows. It's the where you're, how do I say it? You're finally able to bloom. But you're not blooming with all the mess and the chaos. Like, yeah, you wasn't sleeping with everybody, you wasn't going to the club, you wasn't experiencing hookup culture. Or for some of y'all, y'all went through y'all whole phase and was like, that's what y'all was geeked over. That was nothing. Y'all could realize that a lot of people was just talking. But now y'all get to bloom in a way that y'all feel comfortable coming out of yourselves. I like these colors specifically. I like all of this colorful. Y'all could be seeing a lot of rainbows. It's a lot of Ten of Cups energy, a lot of fulfillment. And your fulfillment was crazy. Your fulfillment may not even be what you used to identify it as. So your fulfillment used to be based in like, if I have all the materials, if I have a certain type of job, if I was with a certain type of person and they look this sort of type of way, you connected your success to that because that's what people were judging you from. So your success could be connected to what people perceived you to lack. But now you're understanding that everything that you lack is coming full circle. So for some of you, if you want the sense of knowing if you're doing the right thing, if you're going the right way, you are. Even if it feels uncomfortable or you're not used to it. There's a sense of needing to evolve past where you are with this stag spirit. And I get with this sense of like going from colorful to white, this this energy of sort of being focused, being directed, or being guided. So maybe you're being led to something traditional, something that was in the family, you stepping into a role that was very much like the position is yours. Head of a kingdom. Y'all see, I got my tiara. Get y'all a little tiara if y'all feeling yourselves, or get y'all a crown if you're masculine. Ant spirit, time to collaborate. You will be coming out of hermit mode. It's time for you to blossom. Mm. Some of y'all could have some ride or die friends coming in. My Main by Miller J, if y'all listen to that. Or some of y'all could have spirit being like you, they trying to send you music to let you know that y'all locked in. Y'all spirit team trying to let you know you going in the right direction because it's a spirit led direction. Some of y'all feel like Elsa, maybe Frozen 2 is significant. My bad, yeah, I got a child. So some of my messages gonna be through movies and stuff. Cat spirit, claim your independence. It's a time to come out of hermit mode. It's time for somebody to blossom. You can't do the same stuff. And some of y'all can't even do the same stuff because you're aware of it now. Some of y'all didn't, you could enjoy the pattern when you were unaware of the pattern. Okay, I keep jumping from this person to this person, or okay, I'll take these sort of substances, or I'll overindulge, because we all do. We all do, no judgment. But some of y'all was just, when you were doing the habits, it was just a habit. It just was what it was. But now you're aware. For this collective, your mind has expanded. There's some sense of consciousness that's come to you where it's like some of the stuff you used to do, you can't do. Some of y'all is going to be age transition. I'm older now. I can't operate this way. I don't want to be this type of person. I don't want to make these same decisions. Some of y'all don't want to make the same mistake. For y'all, for others of y'all, it's just a spiritual growth. You just went through a time of like you hit a rough moment, you hit a low moment, and your spirit was like, all right, so what you gonna do? You gonna die or get back up? And y'all was like, I'm gonna get back up. And now y'all got that consciousness that's like, I can't be the same person. Wolf spirit, turn knowledge into wisdom. Some of y'all had to learn hard lessons, very hard lessons. And that's, I need y'all to know it's a collective energy. When you going through your hardest moment, other people could be doing good, better than you, of course, but there are also mutual people who be going through hell at the same time. Like everybody carries their own burdens, their own weight. So don't ever look at your situation too harshly and be like, I'm the lowest of the low, because you're just lowest of the low for what you know to be better. You feel me? But there's people that all collectively go through moments of feeling like they're not doing good enough, or they're not living up to their potential. But I see here you are. You're taking the lessons. Some of y'all are just learning from the lessons. Like some of y'all just charge it. Whatever it was, past connection, past job, friendship, it's a charge of energy. Definitely an age growth. Seahorse spirit, watch and wait. Some of y'all need to just watch for the outcome. Stop being in the story, just watch what's happening. Some of y'all could be in the stage of that. You no longer in it. I'm not trying to be in the mix of stuff. Or if you are in the mix of something, it's to add some knowledge and wisdom to it. Maybe you're only a part of something to let people know, like, hey, this is what I'm piecing, this is what I know, and then you get out the way. You're not in the storyline no more. Maybe some of y'all feel detached. Like y'all just watching the same stuff, like, oh wow, these people are doing the exact same thing over and over and over again. And y'all could be like, I don't want that. I do not want that. You could see that they're stuck in cycles. Some of y'all could have broken out of your cycle, and then the people you were in the cycle with, you're like, hey, this is a cycle. And they're like, no, it's not. You're like, this is the issue. No, it's not. We've always done this. People could be looking at y'all like, what's so different now? Your mental is just different. Once you have knowledge, you can't turn off knowledge. Once you learn something, you can't unlearn it. It's there. Now, if you choose to not use the knowledge, that's a choice. But the knowledge is still accessible to you. If you don't have access to a certain level of knowledge and you ask for the ability to have access to that knowledge, however it comes to you, if you choose to work with it or not, it's still a choice. So for some of you, you were just awakened to like, I'm doing the same thing, I'm acting the same way. For some of us, we could have, even deeper wounds. I'm doing what my parent did, or I'm operating the way my parent did, or I'm doing the exact opposite. See the bigger picture. Y'all may have started to do that. You're like, this little cycle, this thing is bigger than me and you. Me and you don't even matter. That's why some of y'all it's not personal anymore. Maybe that's the transition, is that things are not personal. Whereas when you grew up, because there was no love, there was no safety, everything was personal because you were unsafe. You feel me? It was nothing to do but take stuff personal because no one was being honest, nobody was being realistic. There was a lot of distrust in your life. So with this transition, I think you're learning like that doesn't need to be how things are. Like people chose that. Your knowledge could scare you to some extent. Dream the world into being. Some of y'all may be, I think there's an energy of like childhood blossoming. Whoever you were in your childhood, it was rejected, and now you're learning as an adult that you're still that way. Some of y'all could be coming to that, like you may have thought, oh, the way I was in childhood was bad because you got so many bad responses to it. And now that you're an adult, you still carry those similar traits. So you're realizing what you were doing wasn't necessarily bad at all. People didn't know how to handle it. Because there's an inner child blossom, like there's a sense of people coming into themselves. Time to let go. Some of you are healing from past trauma, childhood trauma. Take your time. It's nothing like your healing process is not going to be, oh, I understand everything I did wrong and I instantly heal it. No, some of it is going to be you understand what you did wrong. Some of it you're going to regret. And some of it you're not going to regret at all. Like, yeah, that was wrong, but I know why I did it, so I'm not even mad about it. Some of it is going to be like, I wish I never did this thing at all, but then eventually you're going to come to the realization, like, if it didn't happen, I wouldn't have understood this, this, that, and the third. That's the part of cycles. Like, it's not even connected to the people. It's not a personal thing. It's not, oh, I love that person and they use me. It's that could have been anybody, and I still would have been who I was, and people would have still been able to take advantage of me that way because I had no consciousness. You feel me? Like, no matter how life would have went, you still would have fallen into the same cycles because of who you were that drew you to those cycles. And that's the understanding that you were who you were the whole time. Some of you are just understanding, like, whatever you tried to escape, whoever you were trying to escape, in a sense, was who you were all the time. It's a face it energy here. Mouse spirit, tend to the small things. Care for your spirit. Give yourself grace at this time. For some of you, everything you try to run from is what you are right now. Like, oh, I talked too much, I was too vibrant, I made too much noise, I was a troublemaker, and you were trying to like escape that. And now in your adulthood, you're exactly that because that's who you were. That's authentically who you were. You spent the years trying to heal it and solve it because you were told who you were was the issue, whatever way you were told that. And now you're realizing even in your adulthood you can't escape it because it's just who you were. You got to embrace that flamingo spirit, embrace the in between. That's crazy. You got to embrace that. It's crazy. Flamingo spirit, embrace the in between. You now have the adult knowledge to give your younger self space to be free. That's what's causing the blossom. For some of you, the older you got, you started to realize I cannot restrict my spirit. That's what people wanted you to do. And that's why people were unhappy. That's why they were bitter. That's why we have parents that give us bad advice on love or friends that tend to misuse us just because it's just the experiences we were going to have. Like you were still who you were, you just didn't have the knowledge of why that could be dangerous. Some of you were always givers. You just didn't understand what over giving meant and how it was gonna affect you. Some of y'all had partners that taught y'all that lesson. Some of you were very selfish in youth, maybe, because it could go opposite ways. Some of you were very selfish in youth, and as you got older, you learned the necessity of giving. Some of you molded to people. You were very people pleasing, and it was a sense of safety, but it was also a sense of like some of you do love to make people happy genuinely. There's a people pleasing side that developed when you've seen the results of it, but who you were was still somebody who loved to make people smile and just embrace that. And so now you have the knowledge to still be that person, but you don't have like you're not a kid no more, so you're not needing to rely on people creating a safe space for that or people having good or bad responses. When you're a kid, you need stuff like that. You're older now, so you're blossoming that childhood love, excitement, life that's inside of you with that adult protection. Because who's gonna check you now? If I'm this, I'm this. You feel me? If I like to do this, this is what I like to do. Nobody's checking you. You protect yourself now. Chameleon spirit, act on it, blend, enjoy, be creative, be colorful. Some of y'all want to step out of this zone. People probably tired of wearing just white and black. Wear some colors, be bright. Show that inner sense of self that you have. And when you do that, the people you'll connect to will be on a totally different frequency. A lot of people that got access to you that mistreated you were because you were already within your own personal habits of not understanding who you were. So you were molding to whatever they needed, and that's probably that you didn't like it. But for the time that worked for you because you were just I'm just meant to make people happy. But no, you enjoy making people happy. But your purpose is your spirit. It's to shine your light. It's to spread your joy. Take time out. So take time out could be more of like a some of y'all may be secluded. That's what I'm getting more with that. Some of y'all may be in a secluded space, which means I want to sit by myself. I want to spend time with myself. And the more time you spend with yourself, you may see this inner child fun come up. Like I laugh a certain way, I walk a certain way, I talk a certain way when I'm alone versus when I'm with people. But you're still gonna come out of hermit mode. So don't get used to just this form of expression behind closed doors. It's gonna have to come outside. So you could take your time to process. Some of y'all want to take little breaks or y'all want to run from it for a little bit. Cool. But eventually you're gonna have to face whatever this is. Whoever you are, it's important that you shine your light. I think it's important for everybody to do so, but everybody shines light, there would be no darkness. There's a balance for a reason. But for a lot of y'all coming into that energy of needing to share whatever talent God has gifted you. Love is all around, Nightingale spirit. Some of y'all are very heavily supported. Don't operate, don't walk like you're alone. This stag spirit from the very beginning just gives the energy that you're walking with somebody. You're being led in a path. Like you're not walking by yourself. You're being led to something in place. You're walking with ancestors. You're walking with your spirit team. Sing your song. Some of y'all need to sing more. Play your music. Sing out loud. Dance. I would say connect with childhood things, but you know it's crazy when you do say that, when you do tell people to connect with childhood things, a lot of people don't remember what they like. But that may be what it is. Like singing, dancing, those are the easiest things to connect to because that's when you were most free in your youth. When you were singing a song, whether you knew the lyrics or not. You see how, like, as adults, we learn the lyrics of certain things that we were singing as kids, and we'd be like, I didn't know that meant that because you weren't singing it, singing a song, whether you knew the lyrics or not. You see how, like, as adults, we learn the lyrics of certain things that we were singing as kids, and we'd be like, I didn't know that meant that because you weren't singing it with any really singing that just to enjoy the moment. So some of y'all need to connect to that energy of just singing and dancing whatever you want. Try to watch your spirit though. I'm not gonna say whatever you want. Try to whatever you're singing or whatever you're listening to, make sure it's empowering you. You can get a little toxic, we can get a little hood, but come back to come back to your foundation, whatever your foundation is, so that you know you still got work to do. Pig spirit, use your mind wisely. We spoke on this. I think I got this reading like this could be my last reading I did on my channel, but use your mind wisely. This is a game of thinking. It's something here where you're being tested on your ability to think, be resourceful, be creative. That could also go with your inner child, maybe making things or building things. That could be something y'all wanted to do. That's something I need to get into. Or just testing your ability to be creative, not having all the resources, but still finding a way to make stuff. You know what? Just to like, for example, okay, I don't know how many people is in here, so don't cut my behind. This right here, this little these little lights are from Five and Below. These are from In My Bathroom. They're the little hang up lights. This tree, somebody gave it away, but it was broken at the bottom. And this is like a Halloween bucket. This is my daughter's Halloween bucket, and this is a scarf. We didn't have a star, so we used balloons my daughter found outside. Stuff like this. Like it doesn't need to be exactly like this, but just like be creative. Try to put some stuff together. Don't cut my behind, y'all. I know it's a little ghetto. But yeah, being able to find things and put some stuff together. This I found this. This was like a whole thing, and I just this one was separate from the rest, so I turned it into a necklace, blessed it, and now I use it for protection. Just stuff like that. Take things that you already have and make it into something new. For some of y'all, that'll make your inner child really excited. Because some of y'all forgot how creative you are. Some of your problems may have creative solutions. That's why Spirit's getting you out of the comfort zone of being so strict, so analytical. Start thinking outside, start expanding your mind. Start thinking outside of the box you created for yourself. Like, okay, I've always handled it this way. I don't have money, I've always done this. I don't have this, I've always operated this way. But try something different, try something new and see if you like it. Give yourself an opportunity to show you what you're made of. Before you go out and do it for anybody else, before you go out and try to prove to the world that you're this amazing, great person, prove it to yourself. Do you feel like you're this great and amazing person? Do you feel like this resourceful person? Do you feel like this trusting person? Once you feel it within yourself, then all you're doing when you get up here is like sharing that energy. You feel me? You're not doing nothing more than just being who you are and letting that frequency outwards. That spirit, a rebirth is assured. Yeah, this is a similar energy to what I got the last reading. So for some of y'all, it's just understanding that you're at a new stage in your life. A lot of people like, okay, so with the Fool card, it's about taking this leap of faith, about trusting. The energy that a lot of people don't realize is that they're already on the other side. And that's what I said in a previous reading. You may think that this leap of faith is something you still need to do. You've already made the leap. All you're doing is leaving behind the baggage. That's it. What a lot of people are resisting is the baggage that comes after the leap. You're already on the other side of the cliff. All you have to do is keep walking without the baggage. Spirit is not letting you take the baggage because it's not necessary. The baggage of distrust because I was hurt, the baggage of pain from mommy issues or daddy issues, the baggage of not understanding who you are or what you want to be. You're already on the other side. All spirit is holding on to is the baggage. The only reason you're still resisting the jump is because you're trying to hold on to the baggage too. Because that's all spirit has a hold on. And if you weren't attached to the baggage, you will be able to walk freely and still not have this worry. But if you feel like you're walking and something's still pulling you backwards, it's the baggage that God is trying to get off of you. That's the easiest way I know how to say it. but you're already like across. You already done it. There is no big physical leap of faith you need to take where you're blowing all your money and giving up your whole life. For some of y'all, yeah. Some of y'all have lost everything and have to start over. Cool. Some of y'all are hard headed. That's true. But other aspects, for some of y'all, the leap of faith was just simply being like, this shit don't work for me no more. And standing on it. That's all your leap of faith was. Or for some of y'all, your leap of faith was as simple as you telling the world, I'm ready. You just went outside, walked outside, looked at the tree, been like, I'm ready. And that's all spirit needed. You feel me? So don't get too caught up in like the deeper aspects of how things are shown. Just go with the journey. Take the leap. You are never alone. Some of y'all are transitioning from understanding your physical love, your physical people, your physical friends to your spiritual home. So some of y'all feel like y'all are lonely. Everybody is lonely in this time because you're now understanding not only your physical family but your spiritual family. When y'all are understanding that that walk with God that everybody keeps getting to this age and talking about that seems so unnecessary, like why is everybody with God and all that other stuff? Because it's a real transition. They're learning that not only their physical matters, that there are spiritual things that come with their evolution. So a lot of people are turning to God and Buddha and Kalima and all these different aspects, Ifa, all these different things because they're understanding that your physical is not all that matters. Your spirit is important and your spirit needs to be catered to. So with that transition, a lot of that is with the baggage too. Some of y'all have church hurt. Church hurt that kept y'all from not only being Christian, but kept y'all from being anything. Kept y'all from studying, kept y'all from learning who you are in relation to religion, to spiritual belief. You feel me? And that baggage has to go. It has to go. And you have to understand that even though you're leaving that behind, your spirit team is still with you. You're not walking alone because you physically feel alone. You have more. You feel me? Be spirit. Sweet results await. This is literally my last reading. You're already on the other side. Just drop the baggage. And if some of you are asking, like, how do I drop the baggage? You just say, fuck it. When the pain comes up, oh, let me watch my mouth. When the pain comes up, it's not going to be as simple as the pain comes up, it doesn't hurt. No, it's going to hurt. But you're going to be like, once I get through it, like, you're going to fiend to get over it. Like, that's how you know you're gonna heal. You're just like, okay, I'm crying because it hurts. All right, now I'm done with it. Like you're ready to be over it. That's how progression looks like. You're not still holding on and it's causing a reaction. You speak your piece on it and you go about your day. When it comes up, it now doesn't take up your whole day. Now when a bad memory or you don't feel good comes up, you just be like, that was old. Or I can't do nothing about it now. No matter how embarrassing, no matter how life altering, like I'm telling y'all off experience. I've done some crazy things in my life that play in my head and be like that was crazy. Like I really shouldn't have done that. But then it's like I have to tell myself, well, you can't do anything about it. And so the embarrassment slowly, like it'll sit there and then it'll be like, I can't. It's already happened. People already see me in that state. I already exposed myself to be that. And you just deal with life. Like there's a lot of people that will never be able to accept me again through things I did in the past. And that's okay because that baggage is not on me. It's already done. I can't do nothing about it. I just understand my part. You learn your lesson. And you make sure you learn your lesson. That's a big part. And you keep going with life. Lion spirit, be generous of spirit. Some of y'all are gonna be interacting with spirit very closely. Some of y'all could be in a place of giving offerings, maybe building altars. Um, just connecting with your spirit on a deeper level. Some of y'all could be going to church more, connecting with Christian God. Like I said, the different things that you may study. It's just a need to connect with something in the spiritual. Some of y'all need a spiritual anchor. Peacock spirit, let yourself shine. The more you come into awareness of self, be ready to express that. So spirit is not going to have you learning about yourself and understanding these things about yourself and then they stay to yourself. Some of y'all may have a habit of getting into hermit mode and then trying to hide in hermit mode, and you're not going to be able to do that. You're not going to be able to hide in hermit mode. You're going to have to learn this and then you're going to have to come out and express yourself and interact with people. Save that money is playing, so be ready to invest in yourself too. Some of y'all don't be too frivolous with y'all money right now because spirit could be having y'all save it. Panther spirit, reclaim your power. See, all that childhood stuff. Whoever made you feel like they took your power or they drained you, they didn't take anything. They took what you gave them. And if you didn't know yourself, you couldn't have given them much. If you don't have a consciousness of self, you were only given what you thought would help you receive. All these people that you think you gave this deep sense of love to, you probably did give a deep sense of physical love to and emotionally as well. But I think y'all don't understand the depth in which you can love when you love somebody very healthy. When you love somebody in a healthy way where you can actually be yourself, your whole depth of love is way deeper. A lot of us, we are attached to the surface level versions of love that we seen, so we gave, which means loving you means busting your windows out your car when you get crazy. Loving you mean pulling up at your job when you got a little shorty over there that don't know how, stay in her place. All those different things of love, they are a version of love. But when you love somebody that you feel safe with, that you can be honest with, that you can have a sense of morality with, you can share morality with. You have a way deeper sense of love. Like it's a way deeper sense of trust. Those betrayals will hit completely different because it's no longer surface level. If you don't love me, I'll hurt you. It's a love that's like those are the loves you keep for lifetime. So some of y'all don't even know the extent into how deep love can go when you actually have people that you trust and can care about. Frog spirit, clear out the clutter, clean up your space. I know behind this camera, my room looks a mess. So we're in the same boat. Clean up your space, clean out your closets, clean out your cars. Um, just move stuff around, get rid of stuff. Because it's the holiday season, you will be bringing in a lot of new stuff. By the beginning of the year, you need to be throwing stuff out. You need to be throwing stuff out. Transitioning. Your kid got old toys and they got new toys. Go ahead and give away them old toys. You got new clothes, throw out old clothes. Like get in the habit of when you get new things, getting rid of old things so that things are not just building up and now you don't have space. Because some of y'all got stuff in there y'all ain't been using for years. I know I hate going through my stuff and giving it away, but then they be like, if I'm not going to use it, let me go ahead and give it back. Because there's somebody else who could use it right now, and I'm talking about I'm gonna just hold it for another couple years. For what? For what? Next card we have Let Spirit Be Your Guide. Some of y'all, the closer y'all get to y'all ancestors or y'all God or whoever y'all spirit team is, y'all are gonna gain more clarity because you're not gonna be moving in the physical. You're gonna move with a sense of knowing. You're just gonna move with a sense of knowing. That's the easiest way to say it. There's a consciousness that comes in and tapping into spirit, and I think that's why they want you to tap in so importantly. Or some of y'all are already tapped in, and it's very important that you maintain this connection or maintain the strength of this connection. Connecting with people is going to be very important. Connecting with spirit, also connecting with people. So y'all can have people coming in from spirit. And the way I would operate it with the ancestors thing, if you don't know how to operate it, if you know people, you know them by colors or you know them favorite colors, just look at colors. Because sometimes your ancestors will show an elder that greets you, or a child that says hello, or somebody who just needs some advice. Like all of that could be ways that your spirit team is trying to get your attention. So don't see it as this one thing and just and get stuck on it, you know? Uh-oh, we got a little three of wands energy. What does that mean? Sorry, we at tarot now, y'all. And then we got the hermit card. We got that three of wands and the hermit. So somebody could be reflecting, y'all could be reflecting on past pain. See, that's the baggage y'all gotta let go of. And I know it's hard, but you got to let it go. Because you're close. You're building past it. And you know what? Before I even just say that y'all gotta let it go on some real stuff, what I'm gonna realistically say too. And some of y'all could be just reflecting on it so that y'all can heal it. So some of y'all could just be reminiscing because it's something that you're gonna be able to heal in the moment. Like as the memory comes up, go ahead and speak the memory out or write it out or voice journal it, whatever you do. Get the memory out and then just come to terms with it. That's what y'all could have been doing in this like this hermit mode time. You could have just been reflecting and healing things. But you're building. There's something with this Eight of Pentacles, you're building past it. You're not necessarily letting it restrict you. Then we have this Eight of Swords. I think some of you are realizing the bondage because we already sort of spoke on getting past the hump. So some of y'all may know the things that are holding you back, and you may just be like, I don't know how to deal with it. That's a go to God scenario. That's something that you need to ask God. If you say you want to hear this particular thing, because one thing, the reason I say go to God is not so that it won't get healed. If you trying to figure out what to heal, ask God to show you what needs to be healed, and I promise you, you're gonna have somebody that walk up and test you. You're gonna have a family member that come and call you talking crazy. Or for some of y'all gonna be stuck by yourselves. Like you're gonna be like, God, what is holding me back from letting this baggage go? And Spirit gonna have you sitting in dead silence in the room by yourself, just looking like, what is it? You know? You tell me. Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups, I know Ten of Cups is completion, but Nine of Cups for me feels like completion. I think the Ten of Cups, because 10 is just the way the numerals go, it goes from 1 to 9. And 9 being the end, 1 being the beginning, or 0, depending on zero being the beginning to some extent. But with this 9, I see the fulfillment is right there. It's just you recognizing it. You're already past the pain. Some of y'all just may need to hear that. It already happened. That person already hurt you. You already was lied to. You was already misused. It already happened. Some of y'all are just reflecting on it in a ways you would have changed it. But it's nothing you could have done that would have helped you heal the way you feel now. It's nothing you could have done that would have caused it a better outcome than you think it caused. Because if you was hard headed, let's say you was told not to do something and did it anyway, then your issue was being hard headed. So the consequence then helps you learn, let me stop being hard headed. Some of y'all just got consequences like that. If it's like a scenario like if you didn't have to entertain it, if it was something that was just thrown in front of you, then you had to face it. And some of y'all just learn to face things head on and to deal with things as they come. If y'all had to deal with a heartbreak, you had to learn that the heart is just broken and you gotta let it be that. It's just painful. Some of y'all just in that place. There's a sense of being a little creative, resourceful with your money, making your money work for you. Some of y'all are gonna have to be careful with your money, but making it work for you. See now in the pinnacle, I'm getting an energy of completion. You build into the completion. You may be a little immature on what to do with the abundance as it comes, or you may not know how to budget. Like some of y'all may struggle budgeting or putting things together or planning out. But the more fulfilled you are, the more you know your purpose, you're gonna know what investments to make and how to make them. You just gotta get rid of the pain and the mistakes you made. You can keep the lessons, get rid of the pain. Like, don't keep looking at it and being like, I should have done this and I should have known. You did exactly what you needed to learn the lesson, no matter what you did. Ace of Pentacles. You have opportunities on the horizon that will help you heal whatever, financial issues you have, or things will come to balance that out. There's opportunities coming in. So some of y'all could be having an influx of money coming in. And spirit is going to guide you on how to handle that money. Pay attention to the opportunities because you don't know what spirit is giving you the abundance for. It could be a payout for all the pain you went through just out the blue, or spirit could have you playing with some of it and putting some of it to the side. So with spirit, just trust the opportunity. When the abundance comes in, don't spend it. Get out of this. Get out of this trauma. When you get out of the trauma, things will make more sense. You won't play as recklessly. A lot of y'all use certain things as coping. So it's not even the spirit says you can't smoke at all, but you have a sense of overindulgence. I'm calling myself out here, y'all. My bad, my bad. I do that, I smoke a little too much. But it's not even spirit saying you can't do it. It's just saying stop overdoing it. Or it's not even spirit saying you can't drink or have fun or have a social life or connect with people or go out. You can do these things, do them with a certain level of discipline. Your pain convinces you that you now lack the discipline to live the life that you are allowed to live. Your pain is telling you that you cannot handle it, that you cannot be trusted with it. Spirit never said you can't have these things. You keep telling yourself you can't have these things, so spirit is removing it from you because you don't trust yourself. You're already at that stage. That's a message right there, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm looking at these cards because I'm calling myself out. Because lately, one thing that I've been experiencing with my smoking, like, I'll smoke from time to time, and it'll just be something I'll do to enjoy, and then I'll notice when I'm overindulgent, and rather than stop, I'll complain about my overindulgence. I'll be like, "Oh my God," and I'm gonna keep doing it, da da da. And so, because I act as though I don't have the discipline to not do it, it forces spirit to have to intervene and be like, "Okay, so you acting like you can't stop, so then now we gonna take it from you." When in reality, you're like most of the time I'll be just fine. Like when I get to that moment, I'm like, am I overdoing it? Like da da da, and my spirit will be like, hey, shut up, enjoy it and relax it. And I'll be like, no, I'm gonna overdo it and I'm gonna mess everything up. So spirit, like, let's just move this out the way, because now you're causing unnecessary worry about something you desire. So that could even be with money. Spirit could bring you money. You'd be like, I don't want to mess it up. I don't want to. So spirit, like, okay, so since you so scared to mess it up, you can't trust yourself with it. I'm gonna remove it. Y'all need to be in a state of just practicing the discipline. Don't beat yourself up if you mess up money. That's natural. Just be confident enough to know, okay, I messed this up. I'll take the consequence, and when it comes back around, I'll do better. The devil. Some of y'all are y'all best friend and y'all worst enemy. Y'all go back and forth. Some of y'all just need to trust yourself. The devil energy is a constant right and wrong. Am I doing the right or wrong thing? Am I handling it right? Am I gonna get caught? Like it's this constant over obsessive energy about your action. And the one thing that it lacks, or one thing that it constantly shows you is that it's you. You are telling yourself, I'm too good, or I'm too bad, I'm not enough, or I'm overindulging, I'm not indulging enough. You are your own discipline. So if you feel like you're struggling with a sense of discipline, you just have to look at yourself and be like, okay, let me see what I'm doing and let me see what's working and what's not working. Some of y'all may mess around, get a bag, and blow it. But y'all will learn how to operate that. I don't know the answer to that question. I don't know if you're gonna pass your final. Did you study for it? Are you prepared for it? Are you ready for it? If you're not ready, you can still pass. It depends on your spirit team. But if you're not ready, I wouldn't push for it. Seven of Cups, coming out of an illusion state. You control your action, your discipline, your movement, your life, your choices. Nobody else makes the decision. So earlier in this reading, I was also speaking that I spoke to a collective of people who were probably controlled. Everybody made decisions for you younger in life. So when you got older, you didn't know how to make decisions for yourself. You don't trust yourself to make decisions. Your spirit team trusts you. Everybody else around you trusts you enough to put a sense of reliability or strength in your hands, and yet you don't trust yourself. Even your enemies see your strength and your ability to overcome more than you do. And you're walking around like you don't trust yourself. Meanwhile, you're like the highest of the high. And I think that may be why you're gifted what you're gifted, because you don't know. And people who think they're everything usually don't have the best of spirit. Maybe that's why spirit blessed you, because you really don't know how much love, how much wisdom, how much knowledge you are. And it creates a humbleness about you. But spirit wants you to still have that humbleness, but like get out of that energy. Russian, be careful with this Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So that could be Russian money, overly spending, overly thinking, immature movement. Be careful with that. Seven of Swords. And we got some conflict. When you get your money, it's your money. Don't share nothing with nobody. And if you like me, you have a habit. When I get this bag, when I get my come up, I'm gonna put everybody on. Whoever this is, no, not right now, you're not. Because you're gonna learn how to operate your money. You're gonna learn. It's something about how you're gonna learn how to operate finance. So you're gonna mess up finances. You are gonna mess up your finances. You're gonna fuck up a bag. Some of y'all may fuck up like commas and everything else. Whatever the sayings are in this present day generation, y'all know what I'm trying to say. Some of y'all are gonna get some money and you're gonna mess it up because you need to learn how to invest. So that's why spirit is like be open to wisdom and knowledge. So money may come in, and then a a class on money management may come in or something like that. Or spirit will be like, don't buy this thing instead. But you will make some mess ups with income as you're learning. Somebody's focused on career here. That's gonna work well for you. Not a cups. Look at somebody trying to rush it. Okay. Now that I'm looking at it, because this seven of swords came out of nowhere. Not somebody trying to rush in with love but no money. Ooh. I don't know if this is from spirit or not. It don't feel right because now somebody trying to. And then right after we got that seven of swords with conflict. So y'all have an energy here. Let me wait a second, y'all, because I feel like I keep feel like I got. Where is a tissue? I'm gonna use this until because I don't know if I can find it. Okay. Right after that, we had the seven of swords. So this is somebody coming in towards you. Because I'm like, we have page energy here. They said you may not know how to account for it, but this could be somebody when your abundance hit, somebody's gonna come back. Ew, somebody's gonna be rushing in like, I got all this love for you. You have the money and I have the love. Ew. Mm. For some of y'all, if this is a masculine, if this is for masculines, be mindful of when you get your abundance. Spirit, if spirit wants you to have a partner to share that abundance with, as a man, oh, and masculines, please be very careful. It's not even a joke. When spirit has somebody they want you to share your abundance with, they will give you signs of who to give your blessings to. As masculines, when you get abundant, you cannot give your resources outwardly. For a while, a masculine has to be able to retain and hold his own resources. So when you get your abundance, don't be out here giving it to every feminine and then complaining that, oh, all these women want money. Don't do that. As a masculine, when you get your abundance, hold your resources till God guides you, the woman to give it to. This is not resources to be sharing because you insecure and you like, oh, you can only get women with money. God gonna bring your partner to you. You wait on God, and that's a specific message for masculine. Because I am getting the energy of somebody with this energy of like somebody trying to rush in. I got love for you, and you got the money. Like they're coming in broke, but they're rushing in trying to offer love. For feminists, that could be something too, but we could spot, if a man is broke and he moving broke, you know he broke. It just is what it is. But this is somebody that I feel like this is a feminine rushing in because this is somebody like you got the money, which they're looking at somebody like you're the provider and I got the. And if this is a feminine and you're dealing with a masculine, that's like you're the provider. Get out the way. Get out the live. I can't help you. There's nothing I could do for you. This is for masculine specifically. If you are feminine and you got a man looking at you like the provider, ew, get out the way anyway. But for masculines, when you get your resources, hold your resources. God will tell you who to give your resources to. Because a lot of when masculine get resources, it's about building and maintaining your resources. And then when God wants you to give it to a particular person, He's going to tell you how to give it. You're not going to give everything you have to one woman straight out the get go. He's going to have you, this particular resource, go to this person. See what this feminine does with this resource. Can she take this flour and make a meal? Or is she going to take this flour and play in it? She don't know what to do with it. Now you out of a resource. You feel me? So be very mindful. Every feminine that wants to be taken care of cannot provide nurturing, cannot provide love, cannot provide wisdom to you. And your feminine, as a masculine, is meant to provide wisdom. You could have everything else in the world, but your feminine will show you the resourcefulness to make it work. Your feminine can make anything into twice whatever it was. And I mean just that. So don't be out here just giving your money to hoes. They don't know what to do with it. They're gonna take it and run off with it. Now you missing a resource. Now you're gonna have to spend more time as a masculine building that resource up again, just to have to give it, just to have to test it with a different feminine. How does she operate this resource? Just wait on God. If somebody comes that weird energy, you got the money and I got the no. That's something you build over time. When you give your feminine small resources and you see her ability to build it, then you give her more resources. But God is never gonna have it to where you sharing every no. Some of y'all messy. Five of Pentacles, see, holding on to your abundance. It's something for masculine. You need to be holding on to your abundance. Sorry, y'all. This is not for masculine women. Even if you operate as a masculine woman, this is for masculine men. Because there's an energy specific about holding on to your graces. Don't go out here showing out because when you're what happens is that when you're feminine that you're actually gonna want to connect with comes in, you're not gonna have anything. And then now you're gonna be that broke masculine that's coming to a feminine that has her own level of abundance. and gonna be like, so what can you do for me? You shouldn't have gave all your abundance out. Because God gave you the resources to give to the feminine so she could give you what you need. But you don't got the resource. So y'all be mindful of holding y'all resources. Four of Wands. The masculine is doing wow, this reading transition. Y'all masculines are doing a really good job at opening your heart. That's why a lot of masculines are transitioning back into lover boys. Ten of Wands, but y'all are still carrying burdens. A lot of masculines are still heavily burdened, but you're still opening your hearts, which is a good thing. There could be a transition. If you a masculine in his 20s, 30s. I'm gonna say this a little sneaky. I don't know who's going here, but I'm gonna just say if you're a feminine looking for a masculine entering their 30s right now, or maybe yeah, those are the ones that are opening up. No, no disrespect to the younger masculine, but the younger masculines in 30s right now are in a state you need to be withholding your resources. Right now, masculines need to be holding their resources so they can get their hearts in line. Because a lot of people are just giving out resources and it's not giving them anything and it's hurting them. But if you're looking for a match, somebody entering their 30s or somebody early 30s, don't get me twisted. Don't be over here talking to no 35-year-old. We don't know what's going on there if that's not your age group. There's a sense of growth here. Somebody feeling burdened or still feeling burdened. See? Okay, we got a King of Cups here. I love this for the masculine energy. We're getting lover boy energy. The lovers have entered, masculines. And then we got Tadal playing. Oh, okay, we got some masculines. Now we out here looking for wives. Are we out here looking for wives? Let me see, because we got a King of Cups. Are you looking for what's this? I'm looking at a page of swords. Okay, so masculines could be working on communication. That could be something that's going on right now. So there's a sense of connection. There are masculines desiring love. I don't know who this message is for. That's why I'm gonna just say whatever I'm getting. I don't know who it's for, but there are masculines desiring love. I'm hearing 30s. I'm hearing early 30s. Early. I'm talking about like just turned 30, 31. These men they're in a state of opening their hearts. These are men who spent their 20 building resources. If you're a man in your 20s, you need to be building resources. These men in their 30s are now building consciousness of heart. So we got lover boys coming out. That's what I'm getting. But there may still be a sense of immature communication. So there's a sense of patience needed with the masculines at this time. I'm not talking about no immature communication where there's a dude cursing you out of violating. No. We just mean slight, like they may struggle trying to say a little bit of what they feel when it gets like very deep, intimate aspects. But they're not that Knight of Cups. That Knight of Cups is a no. That Knight of Cups is like whoever that is, no. For the feminine, we have a Nine of Wands. We have somebody concerned about burden. Five of Cups, somebody grieving. Two of Pentacles, juggling. The Sun. Okay, I see this. This Knight of Cups with the Two of Pentacles, Five of Cups, Nine of Wands. Okay, so I'm gonna say exactly what I think. And if y'all need to switch it, trade it, reverse it, do what you gotta do. For the masculines, please avoid a feminine that is imbalanced, juggling finances, that is not emotionally ready, which means she's still grieving past things, she's still holding on to trauma. Nine of Wands, a woman that is very heavily burdened. And I don't mean burdened just by like life. I mean she creates burdens. Like By taking her on, you would take on a lot of emotional shit, a lot of emotional shit that's not necessary. Because masculine, as you're opening your heart, you still need to guide it because it's still a process. And a masculine really only loves once or twice in his lifetime, if you want to be real. All the rest are fun. But and when it turns to like a man truly being in love, it's only a few times. And they can love somebody very hectic. So masculine, that's something to be mindful of. A woman that's imbalanced to her finances, constantly juggling, constantly without. Because even if a woman is experiencing times where she doesn't have, her purpose is wisdom, which means if I don't have before I stress my man, I'm gonna go to God. You feel me? And that needs to be her first, which means if I don't got it, God got it. And then everything else is after. God is gonna lead her to whoever she needs to get the abundance. Five of Cups in this grieving energy. A woman in her grieving energy could be in a constant state of arguing, yapping, talking, ain't nothing good enough. Every little thing is like, you don't care about me, you don't want me. Please, masculine, be mindful of a woman like that. Also, Nine of Wands, heavily burdened, constantly arguing, deceptive even, constantly starting stuff. This will look like these women that constantly want to test men because they don't believe that men care about them. So they feel the need to start arguments that feel important. Please avoid that. For the feminines, for feminine energy, avoid a Knight of Cups energy. Somebody trying to rush in with this idea of love. It comes in very immature. This time we're gonna do it for feminine. It may come in very immature. This person may not really know what love is. So what they're trying to offer you, even if with good intentions, it won't work because this person does not know what love is, which means they may not know how to accept it from you, or they may not know how to deal with it if they don't feel accepted by you. That's something to be mindful of. Wait 1 second. I'm gonna be right back. Oh my God, which my number's got me. Oh, okay. Ouch. Um, yeah, be mindful for feminines, be mindful of a masculine trying to rush in with an immature sense of love. This could be somebody that when you meet them, they want to rush into everything. They want to rush into a commitment. They want to rush to be friends. They want to rush to be lovers. They want to rush because they don't want you to see that they're lacking. Um, they could be having issues. There's somebody here, there's an energy here that will try to deceive you, masculine or feminine. There's an energy here that will try to deceive you. This person is lacking in abundance. They're constantly juggling money. They may act like they have it, they do not have it. It's either they'll have it one day and not have it the next. They're inconsistent, they don't make investments, they don't listen to God. They'll also be in this grieving energy. They'll be going through something that they lost. They haven't sat with themselves. So they could be going from something else to you without actually taking time to heal whatever their burden is. That's something to be mindful of. This person will be in a grieving state. Nine of Wands, they will be heavily burdened, which means this is the person you'll run into. They'll be fighting demons after demons after demons, no matter how much they heal, because they are the demon they are fighting. It's just them trying to get them to pay attention. Then we have the Sun card with this King of Cups, but this Page of Swords still goes with this King of Cups. So you're gonna have somebody that's very much you can pay attention to, somebody that's very much a lover, or if this is the masculine, you're on the right path if you're opening your heart space, even if you're struggling a little bit with communication. So some of y'all may be in a strong space of wanting to connect, wanting to love, getting back into that lover boy energy. And you'll be working on this. You're working on communication. I don't see this page as all the way bad. It is a little bit immature, or it's more of like an underdeveloped energy. So as you're coming into this energy of realizing that you are love and that your purpose is love and that you do want love, want to settle down, get married, you may struggle a little bit with how to connect, but it's all in divine timing. If there's a feminine, you will be finding your masculine, and he will be in a stage of wanting to be connected and settled down and married. I'm not talking about the man that just says he wants to be. He'll carry himself in a way that he wants these things and he desires to have them with you. The with you is an important factor because he can desire marriage, commitment, and all those things. If it's not with you, then you'll just be in the presence of somebody who wants these things, but they don't want you. So to be mindful, making sure that this King of Cups energy that this person is actually, um, no, I mean as a feminine, you don't have to make sure this person is actually doing anything, but just being aware of this energy. This is not a player energy. This is not somebody, oh, I want love and I want to settle down, and they're not actually about it. That they're not actually about it. And again, if you do meet this masculine, they may struggle, they may be underdeveloped with communication. That doesn't mean that they're going to be lying and being deceitful. When I mean underdeveloped, when it comes to certain aspects of their emotions, though they may want love, they may struggle to be able to communicate the things that they want. And as a feminine, the way you'll be able to help that is that you are knowledge. So you'll be able to a little bit, add a little guidance to that person, but that person should already be seeking guidance from God, and then you're the answer from God. So it shouldn't be you coming in to that person and like change up their way of communication and everything else. They should have, and at one point in their life, been like, God, I want to be a better man, or I want to live a better life. I want to know how to be more connected or more loving, and then you are the answer to their prayers. Hence, why they would be pursuing you and caring about you on a personal. I know you won't know about people's prayers in private, but I think to a certain extent they're gonna know their prayers in private. Which means if you're my answered prayer, you're gonna know you're my answered prayer. If you're not, then you're just somebody. You're gonna be there, but I'm not gonna recognize your purpose. What I get with this masculine to somebody, this is a masculine that could be also understanding his own purpose. And to that, congratulations. I hope you enjoy the love that will soon find you. And I hope you're willing to get out your comfort zone to connect. This masculine seeking, and this gives strongly a masculine seeking a feminine. There is feminine energy in here, but I feel like the feminine energy could have been just like she could have just been praying for her masculine, and now you have a masculine that's like, yeah, I'm here. Your masculine has arrived. For the masculine, your feminine is waiting. Mm, Go ahead and go in there. But that sounded a little crazy, my bad. But y'all have a good day. I hope this helps very much. Blessed by Tyler the Creator is going, so we're gonna end it there. Thank you. Did I do this right?